What's up, everybody? RagingTurboNerd here, and today I'm going to gush over my love for Warhammer. And I mean everything Warhammer. Standard Warhammer, Warhammer 40k, everything. And of course, I have some Vermintide 2 gameplay in the background. We recently just got back into this game, and it doesn't matter if you play it every single day or you play it every couple of months. This game is amazing. This game is incredible. I love this game, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. Now, of course, being a huge fan of Warhammer, one of the things I do a lot is I read a lot of the novels. I read a lot of the novels. Currently, I'm reading the Gotrek and Felix series. I'm getting close to the end, and I am sad. I'm going to be so sad when I'm done with it. But at the same time, like, the universe is so incredible. You know, doesn't matter what side of it you're approaching it from, where you're going is a good time. You know, and each one of the books I read and every time I play one of the games, I'm always amazed by the different corners of the universe that you get to encounter. Now, of course, there are some parts of it that have not been fully explored. You know, to me, I would like to see some more reach into the bad sides, you know, when it comes to the games. Like, I love Vermintide, but I'd love to see the game from the perspective of the villains. I think that'd be cool. That's just me. I like playing the bad guy in a lot of games, so that's just me being, you know, a evil person. Thought I was gonna have something clever there to say, did not. But you know, the Warhammer universe is full of like amazing heroes and amazing villains, and that's something that's so incredible about it, you know, because like you have the forces of good, and then you have the forces of chaos, and then you have just the absolute insanity of everything else around you. I mean, there's so many different factions and so many different types of monsters and magic, and it's mental. It's absolutely mental just how gigantic the franchise is. And every time I feel like I've made a dent and I've learned something, I read something else, or I play another game, or I'm just messing around online and I see something and I'm like, wow, all right, I've learned so much more, because what I thought I knew was merely a crumb that fell from the, you know, baguette of life. You know, it's so huge, and it's ever expanding. So I don't think I'll ever get a grasp on the overall, you know, universe. I'm gonna try. Mind you, you know, I'm only 29 years old. I got a long life to live. I'm going to try to learn as much as I can, you know, to keep increasing my love for the Warhammer and everything to do with it. Now, in terms of games, I want to start with Vermintide, because when the first Vermintide came out, our group was really excited about it. And of course, it's in the Left 4 Dead style. You know, you have kind of the director, and things kind of randomly happen. Swarms of enemies. You have your specials and elites, and then of course you have the big monsters. So like rat ogres can come out and attack you, and it's really awesome. You know, but the first game was hard. That game was really, really hard. I mean, I don't think we ever finished it. I think our 4-man team, like, we never actually managed to complete the first game, because that final level is really damn hard. I mean, no matter how much we did it, and of course, it was really hard to grind for better gear in the first game. So it wasn't like you could just grind for a few hours, get some better gear, and then go ahead. No, it was really, really hard and frustrating trying to get new gear in the first game. So we never actually finished it. We tried a lot, and I mean, we had fun. I mean, you know, I'm always preaching that fun is your key aspect here, right? The fact that like you're enjoying what you're doing. And when the second game came out, actually it kind of flew under my radar for a while. Like, I was kind of an idiot, and then last year, you know, the pandemic kicked up and Xbox Game Pass was like, hey, here's Vermintide 2, and I mean, I was obsessed because it took what made the first game cool and improved pretty much everything. You know, all the characters are great. You have all the different, you know, classes within, or jobs, you know, within each character, and it's amazing. Like, this game's incredible. And of course, you know, they introduced the Northmen, you know, the more further forces of chaos. And, you know, there's something about fighting a Chaos Knight. You know, they're not the hardest thing in the world to fight, but they're at least intimidating, you know. And sometimes, actually, they can be quite a threat on veteran, you know, sometimes, you know, because I'll admit it, that's as far as we've really gotten, is veteran right now. And, you know, if you catch yourself having to fight 2 or 3 Chaos Knights at one time, they can be a little bit of a problem for you. But otherwise, it's fun. I mean, there's something about having to fight a Storm Fiend, and then we're like, okay, yeah, all right, we took out the Storm Fiend, we're doing good, and then less than 5 minutes later, another Storm Fiend attacks you. Like you're barely recovered. Half your team has less than 50% health. You have no bombs. And everybody's just like, you cringe when you hear the laugh of the Storm Fiend coming in, and you're like, well, screw us then, eh? Just absolutely just screw us right in the, where the sun don't shine. And but you got to deal with it. Sink or swim, baby. Sink or swim. No, Vermintide 2 though, incredible. It's got a pretty cool story to it, and it's just super replayable. I don't have all the DLC yet. I want to pick up. I need the Winds of Magic is the only DLC I don't have, which I know like adds Beast Men and a whole slew of cool content. As for Warhammer games, there's quite a few of them that I haven't played, and I've been wanting to get to. Because there's the Total War Warhammer games, which are RTS games on like huge war scale. Now that I finally have a computer that can play it, I just have to upgrade my memory to be able to install it. There's those. There's the Warhammer 40k Inquisitor, which is really good. I think that's a really good game. There's also Warhammer Chaos Bane I haven't played yet, but looks really good. It's a Diablo-esque style type of game. And, there's other ones I've played. Like, there's the Blood Bowl series, which I've always been terrible at. And then there's Mordheim, City of the Damned, which I picked up for like $8 a little while ago. I've been wanting to play that game, and it was the definitive edition with all the DLC, and I wanted it, and I really wanted to play this game, but I just didn't want to pay, more than like $10 for it. Picked it up, played it for 2 weeks, realized the game is really hard, and I haven't played it since. Tell me to get good or whatnot. I just could not grasp that game, which is fine. It's like the Souls series. I'm not a fan of Dark Souls. I'm not a fan of games that are punishingly difficult just to be punishingly difficult. I think if somebody wants a difficult game, they should be able to crank the difficulty up to match what they want to, their level of skill that they desire. I don't like games that like in the first level like destroy you, and that was like what Mordheim was for me. Goodness gracious, I can't even talk today. And I did like the first mission, and I was like, all right, this isn't too bad. And I did the second mission and just got destroyed. Like they killed my entire team, and I was like, what? I thought I was being tactical, and I was doing everything I needed to, and I was doing what I could, and it just didn't work out. Didn't work out for me at all. And it was a pain in the butt. I'm kind of sad, I didn't pay more. As I said, I paid like $8 for it, so I guess it's not too much of a loss for me, and it's not too big of a wash. I might go back and try to play it. Now that I understand the game is meant to be soul-crushingly difficult. But that also might just be me, because I know there's people who are extremely good at those like mega tactical games, so it might just be me. I'm going to chalk that up to just me being me and, kind of sucking at those games sometimes. It's crazy, though. Thinking about, like, just kind of my overall love for the Warhammer franchise and, all the things I like. The games and this and that and this and that. If I remember correctly, don't quote me on this 100%, but I think they have an animated Blood Raven series getting ready to come out sometime soon. That's Warhammer 40k. The Blood Ravens are a Ultramarine chapter. Well, the Ultramarines are their own, but they're a Adeptus Astartes or Space Marine chapter. So I'm really excited about that. I just remember being a kid, going into the hobby shop for the first time, and seeing like the Warhammer like figurines and stuff like that. Now, when I was little, I tried getting into it. And let me tell you what, I had the hand-eye coordination of a slug, and I'm pretty sure a slug has better hand-eye coordination than I'm giving him credit for. But I mean, I could barely put these things together, and I surely could not paint them. I am not artistic in that way. I'm not good like that, and it wouldn't be until I got a little bit older that I got a chance to actually like play the tabletop game, because I was older and smarter. And the tabletop game, mental. I'm not gonna go too much into that because it's been a long time since I've played it, and my knowledge is old, and we used to fib some of the rules, I'm gonna be honest. But it's, that's just stretching into my just current overall love of everything to do with it, because the tabletop franchise, it takes that cool tactical thinking that a lot of the Warhammer games like to adopt. And, of course, it's a slower pace. It's a tabletop game. I mean, who doesn't love a good tabletop game? I mean, honestly, seriously. And just, it's good. Good time. I wanted to touch on that. I want people to know that, like, I'm aware of all aspects of it and where it came from. Gotta give the shout out to the tabletop game, which is extremely popular, and I highly recommend anybody go on Instagram and look up like people who do like competition style models. Mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing how incredible some of these artists are. And I mean, I can scroll on Instagram for a couple of hours looking at people's work, and they're all so super talented. So I highly recommend that if you guys want to see some cool art and some cool work, because there's some folks out there that are super talented. And I'd probably give my pinky toe to be able to be that talented, artistically. The most artistic I can be is making YouTube videos now. So no, I'm kidding. This is fun, but it's the artistry that comes with that kind of work is really cool too. So there's more to the tabletop game than just the actual playing of it. There's the artistry and the personality that goes into people making their selected faction, their selected empire. And that was something I always appreciated about it, because there's a lot of individualism and people creating really cool backstories or digging deep into the lore to find cool kind of hidden stories about certain factions within factions, and that's what's so cool. That's what I wanted to get to, is that it creates a really cool level of lore that I think some franchises don't have. And because the Warhammer universe is ever expanding and there's more being added to it, pretty much constantly, it really breeds individual creation and just implores people to explore it. And that's something I love. That's really where my love comes down to, is just the exploration of the various aspects. And you go from one corner to the next. One second you're learning about the human empire, and the next you're reading about chaos spawns and the various chaos gods and how they like their interactions with like their followers. And it's crazy. There's whole series based around all sorts of stuff, and it's mind-blowing. Totally mind-blowing, totally cool. And wow, I really went off script there, which, little insider tip for you guys, I don't do scripts. If anybody watches this, I don't write up scripts. I did that for a couple of videos, and you know what? It just wasn't me. So there's a little insider tip for anybody who watches my videos, that I'm chaotic. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I am a chaotic mess, and all I do is fly off the handle. And guess what? I'm going to keep doing that. That's who I am. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. So yeah, chalk the Warhammer universe up to something I hold very dear. You know, anything to do with it. So if anybody has any novels they may have read that they want to suggest, please suggest novels to me. I'm kind of currently reading my way through the universe every way I can. As I said, I'm reading Gotrek and Felix. And I have several other series I want to get into in the Warhammer universe itself, you know, and read more of the Time of Legends and stuff like that. So if anybody has any suggestions that they've read, please let me know. I love it. And if you want any suggestions, please let me know. I have shelf upon shelf of Warhammer novels that I'm more than willing to give you suggestions, recommendations. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys with the boss fight coming up here in just a moment. I want to leave some just clear gameplay in the background, you know, just a little something here, because I can ramble on for the last few minutes here, but nah, I'd rather leave a little bit of unedited gameplay and not me talking over it. So, long-winded outro aside, I hope you guys liked the video. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike, come back for more, hang out, chill, do your thing. Anyways, I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I hope to catch y'all in the next video.
Time for a bandage, Carillion.
I hope it's not spoiled. Watchful eye, Dory. Otherwise, a storm of push and pull.
I feel the winds riding, light stormer.
Good work, Dory. No more winds from that. Stop showing off. There'll never be a good shot for you.
Esteemed guests, greetings. I thank ye for joining my hallowed ritual. Your souls will be a much welcome addition.
Sorcerer Lord, eh? What a dauntless, just killing you.
You should be
was painful, Victor.